Well, you know that if you have a great idea that requires some custom software, that you can always count on Moreland Connect to bring that to life for you. And here to tell us about a project they just did recently is Jeff. Hi, Jeff. What do you have for us today?
Hey, Randy. Good to see you again.
You too.
So the project I want to talk about is Blue Sky. For a client of ours, JMI is the name of the company, and
Okay.
they work in the insurance business, right? So property and casualty insurance, and when insurance companies want to insure property and write insurance policies, they need a look at homes or business properties. And the reason they need to do that is to see what condition they're in, what kind of risks and hazards there are. So there's a pretty significant business to do the inspections on behalf of the insurance companies. And JMI is one of the largest in the U.S. They've got thousands of inspectors all around the country. So they're scattered into the deepest reaches of the U.S., handling some large farms, big travel between some of them. Some are in the city. And the way that the business used to work, because there's been software obviously supporting this for a long time, is that orders would flow through from insurance companies. So imagine some large insurance companies, some household names, where they're feeding hundreds of orders every night to say, these properties, these types of reports that I want to see, these would all flow in, then get assigned to one of the 1,000 inspectors around with the address, exactly what had to get done. These guys would go out with a digital camera and some paper and some printouts and fill things out, take pictures, go home, feed the dogs, have dinner, and then sit at their computer and type everything up. And it took a long time to turn these reports around. And then eventually they would come back to, as printouts to the insurance companies. So they came to us and said, we really want to automate this process. And there were some issues that they had. One was the assignment process was difficult because there's a lot of people, but the U.S. is a big place. So finding the right person to go to the right job is tricky, especially if they're busy and the turnaround on one of these reports is long. So they wanted to solve some other things about the speed of delivery and the quality and accuracy of it. So what we did was we built a very significant iPhone and Google phone app. So it's React JavaScript that we use just about everywhere, React Native. And the way it works now is we still handle all those imports that come from the insurance companies. We parse out all that data, run it up against our algorithms, and figure out which person should be assigned to these. We send them out, and then instead of being on a computer or on a piece of paper or printed out, it shows up on their phone. So an inspector could be anywhere and will get a list of these 11 or 12 orders, and they can say, I'm going to do this one, this one, this one. Then we map out their route, ask all the questions on their phone. They take pictures with their phone. When they're done, they hit send and it's done. And
I bet they love it. I'll bet they love that.
My gosh. And the insurance companies do too, because they get these 30, 40 page reports that are really significant, great detail. The photos are fantastic. And it was it was a very, very complicated piece of software.
And I'll bet too that they're the people that they're whose property they're showing up on. I bet they kind of appreciate it too. I mean, it looks like their insurance guys put together.
Oh yeah, that part of it was definitely great. And there's some other things that we did in here. I know we're running up against time, but there were some things that we had to solve along the way. For example, we can now access aerial imagery. We wrote some code that takes the aerial imagery and lets the QA people at JMI map out down to the inch the size of the property. So we can build blueprint sketches from aerial imagery that they used to have to send out and have somebody else do by hand.
That's really neat, Jeff. And if you could use something like that, or maybe you have another idea for something either an app or for your e-commerce site, or just anything that can help your business and help your customers better, you want to contact the guys at Moreland Connect. And you can stop by morelandconnect.com and read up on them. And there's some other videos like this, some other case studies that you might want to listen to, and some other great information. So stop by today. And Jeff, thanks so much for taking us through this. It was a really interesting story.
Great, Randy. Thanks. Great to see you.
Bye-bye.